Hi guys! On today's video, I want to talk about how I got into Marvel Epics and what books I'm hoping to see one day get reprinted. So, let's get to it. So, Marvel Epics was a reprint trade paperback run that started around 2013. I may have heard of them before, but I think I was not interested in them at that time. Plus, the thing about Marvel Epics was that they were not in release order, so it might get tricky into getting into them. Another thing is that they're expensive. Like other times they're 20 something dollars and other times they're $50. Before the 2020s, I had different trade paperbacks at that time. So around 2021, Marvel Mighty Masterworks was a new reprint run that got me into collecting comics until they were declined in 2025. Between 2021 and 2022, Marvel Studios announced a TV show called Moon Knight. I have seen this character before in video games, and this was a time where I had Marvel Unlimited, and I started reading the character modern comics on it. And I guess when I was at a comic book store, I saw Moon Knight Epic Volume 1 reprint version. That was the first time I had picked this up, or first book I picked up. As a matter of fact, Moon Knight Epic books have started moving a lot around 2022 with 3 books that were released, probably because of the TV show released in 2022. Now, knowing Moon Knight was the first book I had picked, I was thinking buying Marvel Epics to have certain storylines of other characters like Spider-Man, Kraven the Last Hunt, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and Iron Man Armor Wars. Now, in the future, I'm thinking of buying comic book characters' famous runs, like Stanley and Jack Kirby's characters' runs, alongside upcoming comic book runs that finally get an epic treatment, like Frank Miller's Daredevil, John Byrne, Fantastic Four, that won't come out next year. Same goes as Walt Simmons' Thor. Now, as for modern epics, I started getting into them around 2023 and 2024, and I was thinking of just buy a character that I know of and start from there. And sometimes what I like about modern comics is that the stories are quick to read, while past comics takes a while. And for a good strategy I like to do is that I just read some of the comics on my app before I want to buy it by hand, or just wait for a book either way. Okay, so now I talked about how I got into them. Now let's talk about top comics I hope they will make someday. Knowing Marvel Epics have so far collected most of these characters, the modern epics is where I kind of want to focus on. Starting with Fantastic Four by Mark Waid, Mark Miller, and of course Jonathan Hickman. Remember when I said about Moon Knight? Yeah, I have started reading his modern books by Charlie Huston, and due to Moon Knight almost finishing up his epic run, I can see this book probably come out next year or maybe 2027. To kind of speed things up a little bit, to know other characters that hopefully get a modern epic line, I'm pretty sure they'll make She-Hulk, Punisher, and knowing Marvel recently been doing events in this epic line starting with Annihilation, I guess I don't mind getting reprints of the events I bought, but this time with their tie-ins to make a complete storyline. Hi, I also forgot to talk about that Marvel Epics have been releasing Ultimate Marvel Epic line that consists of Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Ultimates. I guess this is their way of celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Ultimate Marvel Universe. I also forgot to talk about that I would like to see Marvel Epics reprint the Golden Age characters like the first Human Torch, Captain America, and Namor first series, etc. If DC Finance is doing all eras, why not Marvel Epic? So all in all, I'm not planning to buy every character, or maybe not all the volumes of that character's run. I'm aware it will take a while to buy the already out books while new ones comes out, but this is fun to dive into the classic stories of the characters. So that will do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!
If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe, share, like,
Marvel
ring the
Epics
notification bell,
have been
and check out
releasing
other videos
Ultimate
in my
Marvel
channel too.
Epic
Thanks for
line
watching.
that
Bye!
consists of Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Ultimates. I guess this is their way of celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Ultimate Marvel Universe. I also forgot to talk about that I would like to see Marvel Epics reprints of the Golden Age characters, like the first Human Torch, and Captain America's Namor's original series as well. If DC Finance can do all eras, why not Marvel Epics?